and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am restocking my Planet Earth bars. I love making these bars. They're so fun to make and they're very popular and sell out quick, so got to restock them, and I figured I'd bring you along even though I've already done videos on this. You know, why not? So the same molds that I use for my moon embeds, I'll be using for my earths today, which is a 2-inch PVC pipe, and with just a flexible cutting board that I've cut to size, and they unmold so easy this way. So this is what I found works for me. And for the sealing on the bottom, I have a little ramekin that I melt some melt and pour soap down here, plop this in and let it harden, and it makes a wonderful leak-proof base for these molds. That's how I do it. So I will show you those when we get them done. For the colors for my earth, this is a repeat of my other earth soap. Actually, let me tell you the fragrance first. I'm going to be using, it's called Black Amber Musk from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and the reviews on this say that it doesn't cause acceleration, separation, ricing, and it doesn't cause discoloration. So it doesn't have vanillin in it. I'm hoping that's true because I really want the white part of my earths to come out white. So anyway, that's the fragrance that will be going in here. So for the colors for my earth embed molds, I will be using this matte cobalt blue. It's an ultramarine from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Isn't that vibrant? It's beautiful. It's like it's just blue. So I love that. And for the cloudy / ocean foamy portion, I'm going to be using Shimmer White Cloud Mica from Wholesale Supply Plus. I figured I'd give this a try instead of titanium dioxide. So that mica will be the white portion, and then for the green landmass portion on my earths is this matte woodland green pigment. And again, sort of like the blue, it's just a true green. These pigments are just very crisp and true, and so I want that as I'm going to do an in the pot swirl and then pour them in the column molds, and they can tend to get muddied up if I have, you know, fuzzy. I wanted really vibrant colors because I really want them to sort of not muddy if I can. So that's the vision for the earth embeds. And then of course the earth is going to be suspended in space, and so for space I'm going to use my activated charcoal, and I buy this in bulk. It is just, you know, wonderful. It is what it is. It's black, it's wonderful. Activated charcoal will be the space surrounding the earth. So that's everything. I'm going to do goat milk and oil method just because I've been loving that, and I love making goat milk soaps. So I'm going to get everything pulled together, and this will be a 2-day process. So we'll get the portion for the earth embeds made, poured, let it harden a day, then come back, unmold, and we'll get to the sky portion. So let me get everything pulled together, and let's get our earth embeds made today. All right, I've got all the prep work ready here, and let me tell you what's going on. This is 1/3 of my oils with all the additives. It's got the fragrance, it's got the goat milk, the kale and clay, the colloidal oats. It's all in there. I put them all together, split them into thirds. So 1/3 of this is going to go to my little embeds, and I have them all ready with the melt and pour down in the ramekins there, making my little bottom, my leak-proof bottom. So my molds are all ready off to the side. Here is my lye solution. Again, this is 1/3 of it, which has cane sugar, toss of silk fibers, and sodium lactate in there. That's the lye solution. And so this is for my earths. What I have that beautiful green and blue just in a little bit of distilled water to make the mixing go a little easier, and then I have my white off to the side, which I will just add in here after I get the colors split off. So kind of doing this in bite-sized pieces. This will be today's pour. Tomorrow 24 hours, maybe I'll let it go 48 hours for a smooth unmold, but either tomorrow or the next day, we'll go ahead and unmold our earths and get on with the rest of it. But in the meantime, let's get our little earth embeds made here. right, I've got my little earth embeds unmolded. One of them is a little bit short, so I will just have a full charcoal soap on the end, and that's fine. I'll use that one for myself. But anyway, I'm really hopeful that these colors came out nice and not muddied up. They look great. So those are off to the side. And here are my oils, butters, goat milk, all the good stuff is in here. Fragrance. This is 2/3, so the 1/3 made my embeds. I mixed the other 2/3 here, and I'm going to go ahead and add my charcoal now and blend it up before I add my lye mixture, because I want a nice, you know, medium trace on this so that it will suspend the earths. I don't want them to sink down to the bottom. There, that looks about good. Charcoal is so messy and so worth it. I've said that before. I'm going to just sort of try to get it wet here so it doesn't puff up. All right, let me get this blended really well, and then we'll get to adding the lye mixture and get these in the mold. It's time for the lye mixture, and this again is 2/3 of the lye mixture with all the additives, tussa silk, sodium lactate, sugar, all the good stuff. If I don't say it in order, I lose track. Isn't that funny? I get so used to saying the whole thing. This is going to be a very full bucket. So I'm going to mix cautiously, get a little down in there and get our embeds in the molds. It's the next morning, and I'm going to steam the top here, and I just wanted to show you. It looks pretty, but it's a little bit dull. There's no soda ash, but I want gloss because it's just black. There's nothing else going on, and so I think the gloss will just really bring out the beautiful darkness and highlight it and everything. So here is my handy dandy clothes steamer. I will try to find a link. If I can't find one exactly like this, I'll find one similar to it. So anyway, just turn it on, let the steam come out if you can see it, and literally just run the steamer over the soap and watch what happens. It's going to get wet, obviously, because of the steam is wet, but when it dries, it will dry with a nice shiny sheen, which I love. And I just feel like, especially when you have a simple top, it just brings out, you know, all the texture and makes it look special, I think. Totally not necessary, and sometimes when I make a rugged soap, I leave it unsteamed because I think that it goes along with that theme better, but for this top, I think the gloss is gorgeous. So here is the wet top. I'm going to let this sit for several hours and come back, and I'll show you that it will maintain this gorgeous glossy sheen. So that is how you steam a top. All right, it's been a couple of hours. This is dry to the touch, and look at that gorgeous gloss. That is the power of steaming the tops of your soaps. It's a very simple fix for, I think, a lot of reward. So anyway, I'm excited to get in here and see how those little earth embeds came out. Let's get this out of the mold, see what we've got. All right, it's time to get cutting. My lovely multi-bar cutter from Good Speed Soap Cutters, which I am loving. My new soap cutter. Well, I guess it's not new anymore, but I'm loving it. And again, just look at the gloss on the top. It just makes a big difference, doesn't it? So let's get this first loaf cut. And this is one that had a longer earth embed, so it went all the way through, which is great. Oh, love, love, love. All right. Oh, I think the earths came out really gorgeous. I just am digging this. And look at that little curl on top. The details. It's, you know, isn't it just fun? You cut into a loaf and you never know what you're going to get. And wow. Loving, loving, loving. And this fragrance today, let me just say, this black amber musk it smells really nice. It's very faint, so it might bounce back. It's subtle, so this is not a strongly fragranced soap. It's very subtle, and I actually think that's kind of beautiful. Oh, I'm loving the colors. All right, let's keep going and see how the rest of these embeds, they're all going to be different, so that's kind of fun too. You know, when you pour a column like that, it's not the same as you go down. See, there's not a lot of white there. And then there's little speckles. Just loving it. So fun. Oh, there.